So here goes nothing. I'm heading over to Lynwood Cafe. It's the first review I ever did on this channel. And it's been 3 years. And believe it or not, I haven't been back there since then. I've done 106 reviews since this review. And now I'm going back. Why am I going back? Because I'm going to compile my top 10. And I can't really just compile the top 10 after going to all these places for over 3 years and not revisit the ones that I think will be on my top 10. I do believe that Lynwood will be in my top 10, but it wouldn't be fair to not go back and try them again. So each of my top 10, I'm going to try again. I may try one that I think is in my top 10 and let you know that it's not in my top 10, so stay tuned. This is my first review trying to recap my top 10. Let's go see how they do. So as I've said before, I live in the Mecca of South Shore bar-style pizza. And Lynwood is one example. It's only 10 minutes away from my house. It's so funny because there's many others that are even closer than that. Hey, if you've subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, what are you waiting for? Go down and hit the subscribe button. We're getting so very close to 2,000 subscribers. I think we're about 75 people away. But if you would, I'd appreciate it. Hoping you can help me out. If you have subscribed, hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Like I say, I reply to every comment. If you have an idea or something I should be doing, you have a place that I haven't tried, you want to know if it's on my list, I do have another 50 or so places to visit. So I think I have all of the South Shore bar style pizza places identified, but every now and then somebody comes up with one that I had no idea about. So if you've got one, let me know. Or I'm going to throw this out there. If you have a homemade South Shore bar style pizza that you want me to try, I will gladly give you a homemade bar style pizza a try. Just hit me up in the comments. Let me know where you are, and I will see if I can make that happen. I'm going to try to hit the places that I haven't hit in the next couple of months. It's going to be more difficult because most of them are not open at noontime, which is that's where I'm heading to Lynwood right now. I called them at 11:30, and the pizza will be ready by noon. I know a lot of you will say Lynwood is very hard to order the pizza. Well, I'm not going to do it on a Friday night, that's for sure. So Friday day, 11:30, I called. They picked up. I ordered the pizza. They said a half hour. I'm going to get there a little early, as always, because I like it to be just coming out of the oven when I get it. And that's that. Hey, I hope you like what I'm doing. Let's go see if Lynwood is still a top 10 contender. So if you're not sure where Lynwood is, it's just over the Randolph line in Randolph. So you take a left off of 139 and it's a quarter of a mile up on the right-hand side. We're approaching it now. And there it is, serving pizza for over 70 years. I got the pizza. came in a box. When I first did this 3 years ago, it didn't come in a box. So it was a little bit of a wait, and the place just filled right up. So I got there a little before noon, and walking out now, there's still a couple seats in there, but you got to get here early. Before I open it up, just got to tell you, this may be a little unorthodox when I'm doing these retries, but I don't care. I did not get bacon and mushroom. First of all, you can't get bacon at Lynwood. So I ordered a sausage pizza. Now, a lot of you are going to say, how am I going to judge the pizza? Well, I already judged the pizza. This is a revisit. Hey, making up my rules as I go. So let's see what it looks like. I can tell you right now, it smells phenomenal. Oh, look at that. Now, again, I didn't ask for laced edges. This is their regular pizza. Once again, I really love how South Shore Bar Style Pizza, when they cut it. So look at these pieces. I got these little, small little pieces. And then I have these big pizzas. Undercarriage looks perfect. Now, it virtually just came out of the oven. I can't bite it. I'm going to drive back towards my house. I don't think I'll make it to my house because it'll be time to eat this before I make it there. All right, let's check this pizza out. Now, of course, a lot of people think that it's grease on top of the pizza. It's not grease, it's butter fat from their cheese. A lot of flop. Oh, their cheese is one of the best, if not the best. Sausage is really good. The sauce, excellent. And of course, biscuit-like buttery dough. Their dough is what makes their pizza so good. Perfect amount of cheese. I will, however, say a little more sauce than I remember. Just so good. Now, if Lynwood's is not in your top 10, that doesn't make you a bad person. No. Lynwood has just been doing this for so long, and they're doing it great for so long. I've talked to a lot of the other places, the owners of the other places, and the places that have tried to come up with their own bar-style pizzas. All of them try to emulate Lynwood. All that I've talked to. I'm not saying that every person in the world does that, but the bar owners that I talk to have all looked at Lynwood's, they've studied it, they've tried to figure it out. They can't figure this crust out. The best way I can explain it, it's almost like a pastry. It just has a different texture than any other crust that I've had over the years. The crust emulates a pie crust, almost like a quiche, if you will. Just the right amount of sauce, actually. I think I first said it had a little more than I remembered, but the last two pizzas that I reviewed had virtually no sauce. This is back to the right amount. Is this in my top 10? Absolutely. I don't know how Lynwood can't be in someone's top 10 of South Shore Bar Style pizzas anyway. And that's what I'm compiling, a top 10 of South Shore Bar Style pizzas. So if you don't have Lynwood in your top 10, somewhere in your top 10, I'm not saying this is my number one, I'm saying it's in the top 10 I'm saying it has to be in the top 10. My understanding of South Shore Bar Style Pizza, this is it. It just is. This is South Shore Bar Style Pizza. Not only is the pizza South Shore Bar Style Pizza, but Lynwood is a bar. For 70 years they've been doing this. The bar hasn't changed. They still have that little candle pin game in there. Cash only. The only thing that I see they changed is they went from bags to boxes. And that happened, I think, during the pandemic, and they just haven't gone back. So if you haven't tried Lynwood, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you're trying to establish your top 10, or you're trying to find all the best places in the South Shore, you have to get over to Lynwood. And I tell everybody this that ask me, what's my top 10? First of all, I haven't answered that. But second of all, I ask them which places they've tried. And if they haven't tried South Shore Bar Style Pizza, I tell them to start with 2. Lynwood and Poopsies. Those 2, they're at different ends of the spectrum, and they're true South Shore Bar Style pizzas for sure. Now, I haven't had Poopsies in my top 10. I am going to go retry them. And the reason I'm going to retry them is I tried the Liberty in Hingham, which is the same recipe, and I absolutely loved it. So I am going to give Poopsies another try. I haven't been there in almost 3 years as well. I have a funny feeling they might jump into my top 10. I'm not certain. They haven't been in my top 10 when I released it after trying 50 places. They might inch into my top 10. So for now, my top 10 consists of 1 pizza, Lynwood, and I'm going to go recap another 9 and find out what my top 10 actually is. Well, I might recap more than 9, because I might recap one and realize it's not a top 10 contender. This one I've known is going to be in my top 10 for a while. It happens to be the first one I ever reviewed, so that's why I picked it first. It has nothing to do with it being number 1. It just has to do with that it was the first review I ever did. That's why I started here. I don't know if I'll keep things in order. I probably won't. But this was my very first review. It's the most viewed video that I have. And the only one that's second to that is Jay's Flying Pizza, I think, is my second most viewed. Take that to the bank. People have been asking, where's my top 10 list? Here's the beginning. Lynwood's in there. There'll be 9 others, at least. I'm bad at math. I might have 12 in my top 10. I don't know yet. Hey, have a great day. Get out there. Try some pizza. Get over to Lynwood. Not that they need anybody over there. The place was packed at noon. They don't need you to go, but you need to go. Hey, and make sure you tell them Russ sent you. And just 2 more things. Number 1, they don't have gluten-free. And number 2, they don't have bacon. What can I say?